So today we're going to cover the Graco Contractor PC Airless gun. We'll go over some of its features, what is unique about it in the airless spray gun market, the units it comes with when you buy a standard Graco Airless, and give you more info to see if this is an airless gun that would make sense to replace an existing gun with, and or if you're just considering a Graco Airless sprayer so you know what the gun you'd be getting with it. So we'll go ahead and get started. So this is the Graco Contractor PC gun. Comes in two sizes. This is the full-size gun. There's also a compact version that's about a third smaller. This gun comes standard with the Graco 395 electric airless and up. So if you're considering a Graco airless and you're thinking between a 390 or something a little larger, you do get the gun, this gun, with the 395 or up, which is a little more of an expensive sprayer. But some of the things about this gun that do make it a little bit nicer than some of the standard airless guns, if you've used, say, like a Silver Plus gun or a Titan RX 80 kind of gun, this gun offers you an adjustable handle. Allen wrench is what's used, and this has to be loosened in order to adjust the trigger. It's a little bit cumbersome, so the one with the wing nut is a little easier to adjust, but it's simply just inserting it in there and twisting tight or loosening to allow you to adjust the trigger length to what you want. So that's the 4-finger extension there. You'd obviously tighten that back down when you're ready to lock it in at the set level, or just leave it slightly snug. It really doesn't go anywhere. 3-finger, or you can go to a 2-finger pull. It has a standard safety like you're used to. This gun retails around $240, so a little bit on the upper end of a standard airless gun, but with some of these features it does make a nice option. The head, you can buy this gun new with either a standard airless tip, a Rack X tip, or a FFLP tip, which is a fine finish tip. One thing with the Graco guard, the tip and guard have to seat together, like you see here. Lines up like that, and that's how you can take it out, is have it there and pull. The guard has to be loose as well to do that. One advantage to this gun over traditional airless guns, when a gun wears, there's a needle and ball in the front of the gun that is a typical configuration, and that prevents leaking out of the tip. A normal gun would have to require quite a bit of field service to be able to replace that ball and needle seat to get it to stop dripping. This gun, in contrast, you can remove the cartridge assembly, so you can just slide this trigger forward by pushing it on the 2 nut bolts, and then the actual cartridge itself can be hand loosened, and you can twist that out. This is the entire part. It is a $50 part, and that's completely replaceable, so that you can just slide that in when you need to. And then to replace it, you want to make sure it's lined up so that the flat part is on the top, and then you would reseat the trigger back to its original position. If you notice it won't reseat very well, that's usually because it's either in too loose or too tight up here. And so we do that. We'll give it a couple other twists. You can see the actual handle will adjust the pull on the trigger a little bit as you tighten or loosen that cartridge. The gun also features a filter in the base of the gun that is a $9 filter, and that's available in a 60 or 100 mesh. 60 would be very suitable for your latex, while 100 would be more appropriate for fine finishes like wood, and would be a good tip if you're using the FFLP style tip. To get to the base filter, you have to unscrew the top portion of the gun from the bottom, and then the filter is just seated inside. That's pretty easy to take out and remove. To get this back, you just twist the handle till it's realigned so that these line up, and then you have this that can go up here, and then the typical tip guard that you're used to. Again, to get the tip out, so you see on this tip guard there's a notch and a key. On the tip there's also a notch, and that has to line up. in order to get properly back into the gun. It kind of snaps in place. And then at that point, put your head back on. And so the PC gun offers a little bit easier repairability, a little simpler maintenance and repair when needed, field serviceability, flexibility on the handle based on your spraying preferences, which is a unique thing to this gun. And that's kind of an overview of it. So it's a pretty good gun, whether you're buying a new sprayer and wondering, you know, if you're looking at like a 390, you don't get this gun with it. So a little bit nicer gun with that next step up to the 395. And then here I'm just retightening the set screw so that my trigger is steady. Now some of the newer models don't have a set screw. They're using more of a wing nut style on this, which is a little easier to deal with as far as adjusting in the field. You don't have to have a tool on hand like I do here. That's the Graco Contractor PC Gun. If you've used it, you can leave your comments below on your experience with the Contractor PC Gun. We'll include part numbers for the gun itself, along with the common repair, cartridge assembly, and guard, and filters, so that you know what this gun would look like to own for your own paint needs. If you have any questions, leave them below. Thank you for watching.